96 in Cincinnati.
Yeah, I have some Cincinnati.
Oh. Yeah, I got you. I'm just looking at something here. Tyler O'Neill against Andrew Abbott today.
Yeah.
Plus 290. Man.
Yankees Braves series.
Yeah, a lot of short odds on homers today. This weather's nuts. Lot of hot
We're going to talk a lot about some homers. I got a lot of options. And they're probably not going to be on the teams that I'm playing in DFS.
91 degrees at Citizens Bank Park at first pitch. Woo! Winds blowing out 9 miles per hour to right center. Shit. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Stochastic.com MLB Strategy Show. 10-game action closing out the work week here on a Friday. Let's make it happen. Happy to have you guys with us. If you don't mind, take a single second to atone for your sins this morning. Hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. It goes a very long way for us, and we appreciate you for it in advance. Otherwise, we wouldn't ask. Leave a comment down below if we can get these comments turned back on, and listen in podcast form if you want. You don't want to listen on YouTube. Maybe you don't have YouTube Premium or something like that. Well, guess what? Podcast. Apple Podcast, Spotify. Close your phone. Throw it in your pocket. Do what you got to do. What do you think about this Hawk Tua girl?
I mean, she's a national treasure. We should put her on money.
It's scary now that, like, the way to become famous is to talk about greasing up your fella's hog with some spit, or getting on a crowded airplane and saying that, you know, the people on it are shape-shifting aliens. Like, this is what we've become, man. Society is collapsing. We are doomed.
Not so sure that these two things should be in the same bucket.
Why?
Well, there's a huge difference between, oh my God, the people on the plane are shape-shifting aliens, and I am a fantastic lover.
No, it's just, my point is that they're both bizarre and not deserving of admiration or what? That
girl deserves admiration.
You know what would happen? I'm going to tell you what would happen right now. Everyone gets super stoked on that. You know what's going to happen?
She's going to use her teeth.
Dude, that's exactly what I texted my buddies. I say, that might be a jump off a bridge scenario where you've hyped this up. The anticipation is higher than ever. You hit and then you go, whoa, hold on a second. You sold me a bill of goods, lady. I would not want that. I'm telling you.
Well, I'm not reading. I'm going to take her at her word. She got to that answer so quickly that I'm confident that she has, like, LeBron James' natural talent.
I'm never sold on that. Never sold.
That girl's going to get a lot of propositions in the near future.
Reg Kell said one is not bizarre. No, brother, it's bizarre in the sense that, by the way, imagine being her poor father.
I mean,
assuming there's one out there.
The Iron Sheik explanation for given Dome. I mean, this girl deserves medals.
My buddy hit me up today. So the three of us in a chat, and we all three of us have 2 girls apiece, right? And he's like, we all have girls. Is it off limits if that were your friend's daughter to make a joke about that to him? And I'm like, yeah, dude, I think I would just say, brother, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not sure.
Oh, no, dude, I would. They'd be blocking my friends would block my number. I wouldn't be able to stop.
Yeah, I guess it's different when you have girls, but man, God, it's rough. Anyway, happy to have you guys with us. And Redco, what I meant by bizarre is that you get notoriety, you get viral and famous for something like that. It's nuts, man. We live in okay. You know who really started that? You'll appreciate this. You know who started that among women or girls at the time?
Spitting on dingers?
The Cash Me Outside girl.
Oh, I thought you meant spitting on the old ding dong. I was like, yeah, I haven't done the deep dive on who initiated that one.
And then she went on to make millions of dollars.
Yeah, that's what Hawk Tui girls should do.
Just
she should go around spitting on vegetables and stuff and making OnlyFans.
Amazing. It's a sick, twisted world we live in.
You realize how much money that gal would make if she just went on OnlyFans today and like spit onto a cucumber and dealt with it?
And that's the problem.
Everybody should be able to monetize their skill set however they see fit.
Skill set, huh? We don't even know that there's a skill set that exists.
I don't think you talk like that if you don't know what you're doing.
Why not? I'm sure you could. You talk like that. Well, you know what you're doing.
Different from a man and a woman, I think.
Anyway.
I don't think there's a lot of gals out there with that sort of brazen confidence just guessing.
Ready to talk some baseball?
I mean, I would much rather talk about the Hawk Tui girl.
John Den said, don't think she was trying to be famous. I don't think a lot of them are trying to be famous. So
the crazy broad wasn't either.
We're the imbeciles.
I'll tell you what, the Wilmington gal, she's trying to be famous.
What's that?
She's using a foul slur in her videos recently. I think Alex Jones had her on. She's become like a right-wing puppet.
What an absolute moron.
She lives here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know her, unfortunately. I've asked around.
I do find her oddly attractive, for being completely honest here. But
yeah, she's attractive.
I mean, she's kind of weird looking, but I like it. Either way.
It seems like she's going to spend a lot of time in the kitchen making you baked goods and stuff.
Either way, if that's the new version of based, we've lost the plot. Because what she does is she just goes on and says stuff it's just rage bait. All right, let's get to some.
Oh yeah, I mean, she of the people that we're talking about now are trying to do what they're doing.
Correct.
Hawk Tui girl, that was just born out of passion.
Yeah, that was just drinking. All right, so
good for her.
Slate, 10 games.
There's a time in my life I wish I wasn't 39 anymore.
Oh yeah, you would have had a shot at 29. So Coors Field, Washington, Colorado. That's one where you've got an 11-run total. I wish Taijuan Walker was on this 7 p.m. Dude, it's 90 degrees. The guy gets carved up by that's just such a good spot.
He's gonna be pulling balls into orbit.
I already have a Jock Peterson home run bet. Corbin Carroll to double. I jammed in there as well. But either way, there is some good pitching too. When you're looking at some of these, the pitching options, like the weird thing is, first of all, George Kirby against Miami, that's going to stand out. I think people are going to go to Paddock against Oakland. It just makes sense. We'll see where you're at. Eovaldi against Kansas City, we'll see.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Well, I'm talking about just some guys that are going to pop off the page from a semi matchup and just price point perspective. But then you've got Carlos Rodon and Chris Sale squaring off against each other, like two good offenses, two good teams. Last I checked, the weather in that one's going to be mid 80s. Should be okay. Looking out for a little bit of rain in that game. Like those guys are pulling the ownership today.
One of them should.
Sale.
Nope.
Oh, Rodon for you?
Yeah. Similar strikeout stuff in this spot. Relatively comparable top two pitcher odds in this spot. Carlos Rodon, 8,600. Chris Sale, 10,200.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Chris Sale is fantastic.
Yeah. Don't like not having my my favorite team's pitcher today. That's for sure.
You know,
Against the team I want to beat more than any other team in the league other than the Phillies.
Yeah, well, this guy on the season is a 31% K rate. He doesn't walk. He doesn't walk batters. Like, he's having a remarkable year, man. Like he's just having a fantastic season. 2-7
Except for the day that I stacked the shit out of him, and then he went out and got bombed.
Oh my God. I think I had 93% Sale that day. Yeah, against Oakland. He got trashed. But aside from that, he's been so good. He's been insanely consistent.
He looks great.
Don't have him whenever you're going up against the Yankees.
I have much more Cease.
You know, Dylan Cease is a weird one. He had allowed like no power at all to righties this season. Now he has an X ISO north of 200 against righties.
It's not much better against lefties either. 195.
I know. But lefties had already been, you know, kind of an issue. Einsteinian with a super chat had a pretty good stretch in single entry. Just wanted to say thanks to the both of you for entertaining analysis and breakdowns of the slates you provide. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. As always, Einsteinian. We do. But yeah. Okay, so if we look at it like this, let's break it down from an ownership perspective. You have probably like 7-8 guys that are just getting no ownership. Right. Knack, Sandoval, Abbott, Carrasco, Colin Rea, Yariel Rodriguez, Dakota Hudson, those guys. There's just nothing there. A little bit going to guys like Joey Estes, Brady Singer, Grayson Rodriguez, Cutter Crawford. Really, there's 4 guys at 20+%. Rodon is at 31. Dylan Cease at 25.5%. Chris Sale at 23 and George Kirby at 21. That's what we have right now.
I am excessively light on a couple guys that are just getting ownership. And I have an overwhelming amount of a guy that I should not be rostering today.
Well, don't bury the lead, fella. My guess is that you're underweight on Kirby.
I am underweight on Sale, as I mentioned. Underweight on Kirby. Underweight on Paddock.
Okay. Paddock's getting what, 17, 18%? So,
yeah, okay. I have 4% of Sale, 6% of Kirby, 6% of Paddock. They're all, 15 to 25, something like that. The guys that I'm getting are Cease, Eovaldi, and Rodon. They're all in like the mid 30s. None of those 3 are the guy that I have too much of.
Okay. And by the way, this New York weather could be an issue. I don't know if it will be.
Yeah.
But there's potential storms there.
Yeah, we won't know that for a while.
Aside from that, I think everything else looks good. Washington, Colorado seems to be okay.
Yeah. It's an interesting game.
Very interesting. But, Evaldi's good. He's 8,900.
Yeah.
Rodon is, that price point on him is what's going to draw a lot of people to him.
Yeah, it's hard to avoid.
He should probably be a bit more expensive than that. And he's been phenomenal at home, just dominant at home in Yankee Stadium. He's a lefty, which helps. Not to say that you can't hit homers as a righty, but we already know Yankee Stadium for lefties is very, very friendly. Lefty bats. So I guess the 31% makes sense there, but God, how about Luis Heel yesterday?
Oh. Stupid Baltimore. I had none of it. So if they're going to have 17 runs, I'm going to have $0. And that's exactly what happened yesterday.
Yeah, I had a rough day yesterday. For sure. I told you, I thought it could. I thought everything was shaping up to look okay because I had a ton of Mackenzie Gore, and then they charged him. They not charged him, but the error got turned to a hit,
Yep.
and
Good.
his 2 unearned runs became 2 earned runs, and then he gave up another one, and then it ended up being like he was cruising. He looked like he was going to be the top pitcher on the slate through 4 innings. He looked good.
And then it was just like hit after hit after hit. Like he started getting BABIP'd a bunch.
He gave up 10 hits.
Yeah. He was mowing people down though. Finished with 7 Ks, I think.
Yeah, 7 Ks, but all of them were early. And then the spaghetti monster, he came out strong. He like 4 clean innings and mostly clean, and then didn't get out of the 5th.
I know he lost his poor meatball, rolled off the table.
So I anticipate that being the case for Rodon today. I've succumbed to the idea that will end up happening. But
yeah, I just look like 6.5, relatively like a little bit juice to the over seems to be the strikeout prop everywhere. Sale is 6.5, slate juice to the over seems to be the strikeout prop everywhere. I think you can say that these guys have pretty comparable strikeout projections for today. One of these guys is $1,600 cheaper than the other. I find that very interesting. And there's more strikeouts in the Braves lineup than there is in the Yankees lineup. So
the fact that Rodon has a 6.5K prop with juice on the over, and by the way, in some spots, Pinnacle -147. I'm looking at like Superbook -161, MGM -150. So like you're pulling the best line out there, -133 on Caesar. FanDuel -146. There's heavy juice on the Rodon over for strikeouts today.
Yeah, he's looking good. There's more strikeouts in this Braves lineup than normal. Now it's more righties than normal too, but I think he's a little underpriced for what this projection looks like today.
What is his outs prop? 17.5 probably or something?
17.5 juice to the over is my guess. I have him in for 18 outs, so I'm guessing it's 17.5 with some juice to the over.
Under juiced on 18.5, so that makes sense.
Same
but
thing.
Still, I mean, yeah, same thing. Yeah, that higher than I thought. I mean, it's tough to get away from that. Plus, how about this? Atlanta's active roster versus left-handed pitching this season, 7th highest eighth highest strikeout rate in the league.
Yeah, it's an oddly good spot.
It's an oddly high upside spot, I would say.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it's good.
I mean, it kind of is. Like not having Acuna in that lineup is a very big change to what Atlanta's like true ceiling is.
Oh, for sure. All I'm saying is they're still a top 5 team in ISO on the active roster against lefties, right? Like they're still probably top 10 in WRC plus.
They're 12th.
12th. All right. Yeah.
Which is like, it's probably a lot worse than that if Ronald Acuna is hitting leadoff.
You're saying the matchup is a lot worse than that.
Yeah, like I'm guessing the WRC plus versus lefties for the Braves active roster would be like 130 if Acuna were in.
Yeah, seriously. So the more you look at Rodon, the more it makes sense. 8,600 just doesn't make sense is the thing.
No, he's too cheap for the strikeout upside.
Hey, by the way, we went not a great day on the home run props yesterday, but here's the best thing about that. I'll learn you guys something here. For those of you that are just kind of venturing into sports betting, a little bit new here. You would much rather go 0 for 3 on a home run parlay than 2 for 3 any day of the week.
If you didn't single them out, for sure.
Well, yeah, I'm saying if you only had the parlay, no straights. If you had singles, then sure, that sucks. But like, 0 for 3, it just tells me, next time I'll go 3 for 3.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Couldn't agree more.
I was showing you the other day. I had the one I threw that in the premium Discord at Odd Shopper.
I wish you didn't. That's worse than the guy getting run over.
So I had Vinny Pasquantino, Fernando Tatis, and Francisco Lindor to homer. All the games started at between like 4 and 4:30. Tatis comes up first, homers. Same game, first at bat, Pasquantino comes up, homers. Then the Lindor game, the Mets game starts. I showed you the video yesterday. I tweeted. Lindor comes up, first at bat. Top of the wall, 6 inches?
6 inches from being a home run.
Devastating.
And a rope too, like a hard hit ball.
Ended up being a single. So that sucks. I'm going to give you my home run pick. You're going to give you yours. And we're going to get one from the chat today. And we're going to run this back until we hit one. So give me Jock. I got it at 320. I think you said it's at, what is it, 300 now? I think there's still value there.
I see the best line out there is plus 300.
Okay, it should be FanDuel still. Give me Jock Peterson to homer against Taijuan Walker. Wind's blowing out 10 miles per hour, right center. Walker stinks against lefties, lots of power. So that's my guy, Jock Peterson. Throw him into the mix. Who do you have? Don't give me something insane.
How insane is insane?
Well, we're building a parlay, which is already a lottery ticket in and of itself.
I'm just saying, like, give me an odds range. Tell me what's too high.
Like, I'd say anything north of plus 500 or so, 600.
Okay. I'm going to give 2 then. I'm going to give a slightly longer shot, and then I'll give a real one. My slightly longer shot is John Singleton against Grayson Rodriguez today. He is...
What's that, like 850?
He's plus 700 at FanDuel. He's plus 750 at BetMGM. That is my number one value home run for right now.
Okay. Yeah,
I will give a better one.
The other one.
I will give a better one because I don't think that we want Singleton, Nolan Schanuel, Bryce Terang, or Luis Campusano all around plus 1,000.
Not for that. Straight single bets, I'm all about it. I do it all the time.
Okay. Then we are going to go. This one's perfect. We're going to go Adolis Garcia plus 400 at FanDuel.
Okay.
Hitting third for the Rangers, taking on Brady Singer and the Royals. Righty power in Texas, 131 park factor.
Okay. God, Singer gives up no power to righties.
No, he doesn't, but the park does. So I'm hoping we offset that a little bit. That's the most realistic line that I have.
Okay, so we have Garcia. We have Jock Peterson.
Yeah.
And, oh, look at that. Look what chat was mentioning. Who was I looking up before we started this show?
Tyler O'Neill.
Tyler O'Neill. Yeah, I don't mind it. Yeah, let's throw O'Neill into the bunch as well.
We'll throw him into the vote.
Yeah, throw him into the vote. Give us a couple more guys. Fellas, we'll get 3 that we like. We'll vote on that. And then we'll add that one at the end. My vote, right, O'Neill has some shorter odds, but I still, against Abbott, I like that. Man, it is hot as shit in Cincinnati. Absolute bandbox. Abbott gives up power to right-handed bats. So that's a spot that you're not going to hear me argue at all.
I see some value in Bug Boys Trey Cabbage, but plus 750 might be a little bit longer than you're looking for.
Oh, the old vegetable.
Mm-hmm. Is cabbage a vegetable?
It's got to be. Right?
I don't know. I don't know the rules.
It's a vegetable. Definitely. Cronenworth, Devers. So O'Neill's definitely in there. What about Trevor Larnach? That's actually not bad. I think Estes gives up a lot of power to lefties.
I don't have the best value on that one, so I'd love to put that one to the side a little bit.
Okay. Estes has been rocked by lefties though, so let's at least keep that in mind. On the season, Joey Estes. By the way, guys, this is DFS viable too when we're talking about this.
How about Logan O'Hoppe? Plus 420 at FanDuel. I have value on.
Hold on. What's that against?
Righty.
Mac?
Yeah. 131 park factor to righty power. in LA. I'm not super worried about Landon Knack. Projects 19% K rate, 8% walk rate, 4.7 FIP via steamer.
Good homer park.
Very good homer park.
All right, so he's in there. We'll put O'Neill in there.
Okay.
And
ooh, hold on. Can we theme this? So here's what I want to do. We have Tyler O'Neill. We have Logan O'Hoppe. Can we get Ryan O'Hearn? He's plus 5. He's plus 390 at FanDuel, plus 500 at BetMGM. There's value in the BetMGM one.
And he's going up against a guy that I don't believe has pitched above the AA level yet.
Those are the only guys with O something today. O'Hearn, O'Hoppe, and O'Neill. It's got to be the three because I have value on the O'Hearn prop. It's just not at FanDuel, but we're only giving up a little bit.
I don't want to lose that.
Well,
I like what you're doing here.
If people aren't going to pick Ryan O'Hearn, then that's fine. We're just going to end up with O'Neill or
All
O'Hoppe.
Right. All right, put it in. So, all right, let's do it.
I have positive value on all three of these.
It's the apostrophe parlay.
It is. All right, Jordan. Ryan O'Hearn, Logan O'Hoppe, Tyler O'Neill. They are the three votes for chat today.
Can I say how much it bothers me that it's not just pronounced O'Hop?
Yeah, you can.
It's troubling.
All right, poll is on. Folks,
like
there's 200 of you here. No reason we shouldn't get a ton of votes. All you have to do is vote. It costs you nothing to vote.
I'm going.
Who should be our third home run?
Did you get your vote in?
I can't vote.
Why?
Because I have it up in YouTube.
Oh, you're in the YouTube studio. Okay, well, I voted and I threw up for O'Neill on that one.
Of course you did. Should we also make the O'Neill, O'Hop, O'Hearn parlay?
Oh yeah, of course. Are you kidding me? Yes.
Because when that third home run comes in, it's going to be, oh shit.
Absolutely, we'll do that. Without question. That'll be fun.
Yeah. I'm going to win to Ireland on Wednesday, man. It's very fitting.
How sick would that be if you bet that and it won and you just had all the O's? But yeah, all right, so cool. We'll figure that one out, Jordan, in like 15 minutes. See, 32 votes. What do we do? We got over 200 people. Can we get some help around here, please?
Let's get it up over 50.
Yeah. Do this. Tap the thumbs up and then navigate over to the chat and vote on who it's going to be. Because when this eventually does hit, when one of these eventually does hit, it's going to be pure ecstasy.
And let me tell you what, pure ecstasy is awesome.
All right. So,
but for real though, it is.
Yeah, of course. It's been a very long time, but I must say
it has been longer than I want it to be, but boy, oh boy, the next time is going to be stellar.
Way longer for me. I'm talking like I was 19.
I'm talking like 12 months.
Right. Yeah. I can't. It's too.
It's a fun way to watch an MMA event live.
See, for me, the come down's not worth any of that stuff. It's just like I'm looking.
I have none of it. I feel great.
Well, that just means that I mean, I don't know. Naturally, you must have insanely low. You must just have insanely.
I don't think that I have dopamine and serotonin in my body.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You must just have not have dopamine. So you just
next morning I wake up right as rain, $1 million bucks.
You just go back. Your baseline is 0.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's the only way I feel joy.
Yeah, right. For me, I'm just a dopamine machine. I don't know.
Unfortunately, I'm not joking.
Yeah. All right. So Dylan Cease, Rodon. I think great. I agree with you on Rodon and Sale. Like when I pull up the odds, it's so tough for me to look at them essentially having the same strikeout prop. And like Sale's a better pitcher than Rodon. Much higher K rate. But don't you think there's something big to be said about the fact that they have the same K prop today, despite one of them having an 8% higher strikeout rate on the season?
My bad for the cough. I missed the mute button.
8% higher K rate on the season for Sale. Same strikeout prop today.
I think it's just a testament of how much better the Braves strikeout match. Well, the how much more the Braves
agree.
strike out than the Yankees strike out.
Oh, no doubt about
it's
it.
offsetting that bump for Sale in a big way.
Big time.
By the way, we got to 50 votes. It's going to be Tyler O'Neill.
Okay, cool.
The O'Neill, O'Hoppe, O'Hearn trio parlay of home runs pays out at plus 9,800.
All right.
So 100 to 1, basically.
All right. Sweet. I'll put a 15 spot on that. Why not?
Why not? But that's not the actual trio. That it's Jock Peterson, it's Tyler O'Neill, and who the hell did I take? Adolis Garcia. Got it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Is there cheap pitching that looks good today? That's the biggest question here, because look at some of the cheaper options. I'm not really sure they exist. They certainly don't exist in mass. Like Trevor Rogers is getting 11%. That should tell you kind of what we're working with here.
Yeah, that might end up a little higher.
How much Trevor Rogers you got?
56.
What?
Yeah. I'm hoping this dials down a little bit, but here's one for you. I have Trevor Rogers, 3% top 2 pitcher, 27% top 2 value. We have him 6% top 2 pitcher, so twice as high as mine, 24% top value, a little bit lower, but basically around 25%. I think he's the best pay down option, obviously. Do I think he's good? No.
To be clear, he's by far the best pay up option. I don't think there's well, hold on, let's run through it for a second. All right, ready? Dakota Hudson.
No.
Yariel Rodriguez against Cleveland. Brutal spot.
No.
Colin Rea, who's not even that cheap.
No.
Carrasco
the only guy that I think you can make a case for, which is gross,
is Joey Estes.
Is DJ Hers.
Yeah, me too. I think you can make a case for Estes too, but I don't anticipate getting to a lot of him.
I have 6% of Estes. Hers has, or at least so far this season, has been striking out people like crazy. And the Rockies aren't good, and this is the best strikeout matchup on the slate by far. I have their team strikeout rate today projected at 28%. They have Steamer has 3 of the top 4 hitters in the Rockies lineup projected to strike out more than 30% today. 31% for Brenton Doyle, 32% for Nolan Jones, 31% for Ryan McMahon, and then you could add Toglia in at 32%. These guys all project very badly against lefties. It's not crazy to think that Hers goes out there and strikes out everybody, but we are in course.
The strikeout rate is also entirely unsustainable, but
probably, yeah.
Well, it is at that rate. I mean, there's just no, oh, wow, fella doesn't have eyebrows. Huh? He's an interesting looking specimen.
So I'm sure that's how he wants to be described. By the way, 27.5% K rate in AAA this year, too.
Look at him. Looks like Adam if Adam were from another planet.
Take a look. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, right. like a Martian version of Adam.
Yeah. He's got like some of the characteristics of a fish.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd love to hear that.
I don't know, is it just maybe?
I see it in an odd way. I do.
It's like the way the skin is pulled on his face.
Also has like a semi-translucent look, which
he does look like you could see through him. It might help disguise the ball. Is that ball floating? No, he's just incredibly white.
Yeah. Interesting. For how white he is, his teeth are incredibly white. You would think they'd have like a yellow tint, just shading off of the very opaque nature of his tones.
somehow his teeth are whiter than he is.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah. He is really like a close to a translucent human being.
Yes.
You ever see any of those fish that live in like the Marianas Trench that are like their whole head is see through? You can see their brain and
Yeah,
stuff.
the freak fish from from down. Yeah, he did.
If he takes that hat off, like all you do is see directly into his skull.
Yeah, it's like an X-ray without an X-ray. Anyway, I think first of all, it was that last start against Miami. He had 13 strike. He just that came out of nowhere.
I don't know about nowhere, but I mean a 13 strikeout game is healthy.
He had a 27% K rate at AAA this year. It came out.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, that's still good.
Yeah, if he were at 19% strikeout rate, I'd be like, that came out of nowhere.
Exactly.
That might be him. That might be his like regular ceiling.
Yeah, I'd say league average, but to your point, Colorado's not good.
Dude, they're so bad.
Yeah, they are. I get it.
So yeah, I would kind of like to get like 20-something% of hers and 30-something% of Rogers and maybe calm down a bit. That would be a goal of mine as we get closer to lock.
He is getting 12% right now. Like he is the cheapest or the highest owned cheap pitcher, him and Rogers.
Yeah. I think
they're both pretty good. It's just aside from that, there's really not much out there.
No, there's not. I mean, like I said, I have 6% of Estes. I have 8% of hers. I have all of the Rogers. I don't have anybody below Cutter Crawford. Like it's 0 for Abbott, Singer, Knack, Sandoval, Rea, Carrasco, Rodriguez, Hudson. To me, those guys are all pretty clean nose.
DJ Hers K prop is 5.5.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good, dude. That's a pretty good K prop for a low 6K pitcher in Coors Field.
Yeah, if he gets 6 strikeouts, like that's not the worst start in the world. I mean, let's see. Pitcher props, DJ Hers, alt strikeouts. 7+ strikeouts is plus 200.
All right.
8+ is plus 420. If he gets 8 strikeouts today or more at plus 420, we're talking about like around a 20% outcome. 8 strikeouts at 6,300 is going to be a really useful score.
Absolutely. The Colorado Rockies active roster versus lefties, 25% K rate, 6th highest in baseball. They have been better against lefties than righties. But the more intriguing part to me on the other side is what do you think of the Rockies today? Because I like the Rockies still today.
Yeah, they are my second most exposed team right now.
Yeah. This is a spot where like clearly you can get to cheap DJ Hers, but you should not be not getting to the Rockies either. They have the second highest top stack probability. So as bad as this team is, as bad as they've been all year, it doesn't really matter on a night like tonight.
And I want to be, I said this yesterday and it bore true. They were under-owned in our ownership projections and they came in around like 7 in the aggregate. We have them 4.5% owned in the aggregate. I think this is low again. I think that you could very realistically bump 2 to 3% ownership to every one of the Rockies and get a better look at this because 2nd in top stack, 6th in top value, 8.5% stack score, 4.5% ownership. I think we're just low on the ownership.
Yeah, and this could update throughout the day. We'll see where it goes, but
yeah. I mean, it's super early. Like one of the game, a pitcher isn't in the list of DraftKings. He's not in the DraftKings pool. The Blue Jays Guardians line came out very late. Like this will all stabilize. But if you're seeing a very big gap between sim score and ownership for the Rockies later today, don't be afraid to like manually make a mild adjustment to the Rockies ownership. Like Doyle 7, Jones 5, Tovar 6, McMahon 5. If that's like 9, 7, 8, 7, you're bumping all of their ownership by like 30 to 50% individually. And it's not creating this giant change, but it's not making them look like everything is overwhelmingly positive leverage.
So for somebody using the Sims that was looking to do that, just what do you think the best and like if you don't have it automated on your own end, like what's the most precise way to do it if you're using the Sims tool?
That's a good question. Assuming my assumptions are correct, I would likely do small boosts when I build my my pool
the contest
to get a little bit more Colorado in the pool. That will then penalize them a little bit in the ROI calculation since they're in there a little bit more, and that should, what I think, bring it back down to closer to the truth.
And you can adjust the boost pretty like marginally each time now.
So yeah, we've set it up so that you could have unlimited. It used to just be 3 boosts.
Yes. And
now we've lowered what a boost is and allowed for unlimited essentially.
Yeah.
So the more you can get by, like run it once, then give every single hitter on the Rockies 1 notch, and then go see how much that changed their pool exposure.
And by the way, guys, if you're using the Sims, like I know we get people signing up all the time that have questions. First of all, we have tutorials on all of that. Second off,
by the way, we're going to have a lot more tutorials coming out shortly. Greg and I are recording a full new MLB tutorial suite.
Perfect. We need that.
Within the next probably 2 weeks, they'll be out.
Awesome. Yeah. So when you're adjusting ownership, when you're boosting ownership in the contest generator, you're not boosting how much of those guys you're going to get, right? It's not like an optimizer. You're not boosting your exposure. You're boosting the ownership that is going to show up in the pool of lineups that are built, which then go into the Sims and then simulates those lineups. So what Josh is saying is if you boost that, it's going to put more of them into the contest pool, or more of those lineups into the pool. So then we're going to see less leverage essentially. And you're probably, not all the time, but you're probably going to get less of them as a result. So that's the way to boost ownership. Put more of them into the pool, more lineups with them, and then the Sims will, read that correctly, and it'll make things a lot easier.
The goal of the contest generator is to create a pool of lineups that is as closely related to the actual pool after lock as you can possibly do. The more accurate you can be projecting the correct ownership when you're setting up your pool is going to pay the most dividends for you. So if you think that something is running a little low, you're not trying to change projections. You want to change how frequently those people show up in the pool itself.
Exactly. By the way, you ever want to check it out, link in the description and in chat. You could do a week, you could do a month. Just a phenomenal tool. It'll change the way you play DFS. It'll make it easier and better. Comes with ownership projections too, top stacks tool, top pitchers tool, top hitters tool. You can do the lineup generator separately, but it comes with this as well. Premium Discord, everything on the site for MLB got you covered. Even if you want to check it out for a week, link down there in the description and in chat. We'd love to have you guys over there. Also, pop up in Discord, say what's up. And Josh, be sure to let everyone know when those new tutorials drop. We have other ones that are still good, but it'll probably be very helpful for people that are jumping in.
By the way, let me see who said it. Where the fuck did that go?
What are you looking for?
Oh, David Signorello said it in chat. I actually wanted to mention this earlier and I forgot. There's a DraftKings home run boost out there today that you could use that adds plus 200 to for anybody to hit a home run.
Really?
Yeah. Plus 200 odd surge on any player to hit a home run today.
Well, that's solid. It's probably like a $10 limit, but still worth. Those, honestly, those are, people talk about EV betting and they just assume it means like only market based. It doesn't. It just means that, you're getting positive expected value. That is a clear plus EV play. Even if it's a $10 limit, Josh, like you're getting a plus 200 boost on that. It's solid. Very solid.
Yeah, it's a hell of a bump.
Yeah. I mean, you take like a Tyler O'Neill from 290 to 490.
You take Jock Peterson from 225 to 425.
Oh yeah,
max wager $50.
There's no way. I'm gonna do it.
I'm looking at it right now.
I'm gonna do it. Hold on. Give me one to bet. I'm gonna try and put 50 on it. Let's see how they give me. Let's go Tyler O'Neill.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So Tyler O'Neill, batter props. Oh, wait, I got to opt into it, right? Here it is. Opt in. Okay.
Tyler O'Neill plus 425, $50.
Hold on. O'Neill. All right. So we're getting it at plus 425. That's nice.
Yes. There's some value in that.
Max wager, $10.
Oh, it says plus or says max wager 50 in the terms.
I know, but they see, you just started betting in
I'm not even logged in. I'm just saying that's what.
Oh, that's why mine says max bet $10 on the terms. So yeah,
some of you might be able to get 50
for sure. Oh no, I think a lot of for sure. Yeah, but they'll jam you up with that stuff all the time. Like FanDuel's the $10 max. That's why I love Dinger Tuesday, because it's a minimum 25, but you get $25 in bonus bets, like on homers that you're going to bet anyway, that you were already going to bet 25 plus, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, if you can get it. If your worst case scenario is 10, there's no reason to not take it too. Like
for sure.
Free. There's also 100% profit boost on any parlay, single game parlay, which would be also fun to grab.
There's a couple other spots that I think from a hitting perspective we didn't get into yet. Just from a stack standpoint. There's a couple. First of all, there's some spots I don't want to say writing off, but that just don't look good. Miami, Oakland, some of these spots down there. First of all, it's very flat once you get past a few of these teams. But what about this Baltimore spot? This is what I wanted to ask you about earlier in the show, and I forgot because we got a little bit sidetracked.
Sure did.
You're looking at somebody, first of all, not even in the player pool, right? Not even in the player pool, pitching for Houston today. Jake Bloss. I think they're bringing him straight up from Double-A.
Yep. In Double-A, 21% K rate in 8 starts, 8% walk rate. He did have a 37% K rate across 4 starts in High A.
It's crazy how
it doesn't project like he's any good.
It is crazy how few innings this guy has pitched in like at any level, isn't it? Look at that.
Well, I mean, he got drafted last year.
That's what I mean, though. I'm saying he got drafted last year and he's making a major league start against Baltimore.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's certainly moving quickly.
Listen, this guy could end up just being a stud for all we know.
He's the number 2 overall prospect for the Astros, 99th overall. Doesn't really have great command, but projects with a 55 fastball, 60 slider, 55 curveball. He might have 3 pitches.
All I know is you got to. This will be a very interesting spot to watch tonight. Like, this is seriously a guy who's thrown like 70 innings total in any system, single A, high A, double A.
So I'm fading the Orioles.
What?
So I'm fading the Orioles.
He's going to end up throwing like 7 scoreless 2-hit frames.
I decided it would be better to stack the Astros against Grayson Rodriguez. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm playing 3D chess here, man.
Yeah, you're playing
and I'm going to get checkmated in 3 moves.
What's Baltimore's implied total?
I have it at 4.7.
Yeah, I have 4.8. It's not that high, I guess.
No.
This guy never really allowed any power. But again, how much do I take from any of these numbers?
Nothing.
Right?
Basically nothing.
But you know that like Baltimore, after being unowned yesterday.
Yeah.
He's a righty, by the way, Swoop. Unowned yesterday, putting up what they have 17 runs.
They did.
They end up just being super popular today and get completely blanked.
I hope. That is exactly what I would like to happen, except for Gunnar Henderson, who is the one guy I have.
What about Boston against Abbott? They're the high. By the way, it's not Washington. It's not Colorado. It's actually Boston right now that we have projected as the highest owned team.
Yeah, I have 0. I have 1 share of Duran and 1 share of Ref Snyder.
Okay.
They have 6 guys in their current projected lineup that I have that can play outfield.
Yeah.
Like I have more of the red side than I have of the Red Sox side. I just think they're pulling too much ownership here.
They are, to be
Park
fair,
is certainly in a great spot.
they are pulling a lot of ownership. What happened to Abbott's strikeout stuff?
Poof, dude. Poof.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, remember
Disappeared like a fart in the wind.
We talked about Paxton earlier in the year, and then he went out and ripped off like against Colorado. No surprise there. But Abbott had a 26%. If you remember last year, Abbott had some really solid strikeout stuff. He's down to 18% this year. 18% strikeout rate.
9.9 Ks per 9 last year, 6.9 Ks per 9 this year. He's striking out 3 less guys per 9 innings.
Yeah.
Do you know what the craziest part of it all is?
What?
XFIP last year, 456. XFIP this year, 474. Sierra, 0.2 of a run different. Like, it seems like it should be so much worse.
Yeah.
And he's been lucky too.
His swinging strike rate's down almost 3%.
250 BABIP is good for him. 83.5% left on base percentage is good for him.
Good for anyone.
Well, what I mean is, like, even his ancillary stats are trending to say, like, it's not like he's just been unlucky and that's why this isn't working out.
All right, let me give you something even wilder here. This is shocking to me. All right, so I'm thinking, if you're getting less strikeouts, Josh, and not much has changed as far as expected rates go, what would you think would go up?
Everything else.
Ground ball rate.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, especially pitching at Great American, right? You would think, okay, ground ball. He has a 50% fly ball rate and a 33.8% ground ball rate this year.
It's all just really weird.
It's very weird. Something
35% hard contact last year. 24 this year. So, like, he's not getting strikeouts, but somehow they're not squaring his stuff up. 9.2% barrel rate last year, 7.4% this year. Exit velocity down 3.5 miles per hour. Like, people are hitting him shittier, but he can't get them out the same way. I don't know what he's changed. All of his pitch percentages and velocities are all the same.
Yeah. His home run to fly ball rate is identical to last year.
Yeah. I don't know. So either way, I'm not getting Abbott, but I am getting Cincinnati bats.
All right. And for what it's worth, Boston, albeit a little bit overowned here, there's some upside in this stack for sure. They do look overowned. I kind of like some of the one-offs in Boston. Obviously, I like some of the righty power if I'm betting it. We got Tyler O'Neill in the parlay today.
Yeah.
In the homer parlay, so that's good. Aside from that, though, yeah, it's just kind of one of those weird spots where they're profiling as still one of the higher top stack percentage teams, but also really popular. Like that, they have significant negative leverage right now.
Yeah, I have them as the clear most negative leverage team that you can get to.
What are your 2 highest owned stacks right now, then? Is it both Washington and Colorado?
That would make me feel better.
Well, Colorado is one of them, you said.
They are.
All right, hold on. Let me guess.
Okay. You're not going to get this.
Well, you mentioned you're stacking Houston, but I assume that's not the one.
You would be correct.
It's got to be the Yankees against Sale.
Nope.
Miami against Kirby.
I do have some Miami, but I have less than half of the team that
is it egregious? Like what am I missing here? It's not Milwaukee.
Nope.
Who is it?
It would be the Angels.
Oh, I don't think that's crazy.
Well, they have a 3.5 run implied total.
Yeah.
I I think they're a little underowned, and based on the way that I'm paying up for pitching, whether that's Cease getting Eovaldi and Rodon up in that like higher 8K range, um, we have them fifth in top value. I have them third, and with the way that power plays up in this park, 130 park factor to righties, 125 to lefties. I'm rolling the dice on the power potential of the Angels. I think this is a boom bust spot. I think it's very likely that they get like 1 run or 2 runs, but I also think they're in a really nice home run situation today.
That's fair. I think aside from that, like Cleveland against Yariel Rodriguez, Minnesota against Estes, they look okay. Our most positively leveraged stacks right now, looking at the top stacks tool, Colorado and Washington. I agree with you though. I think ownership comes up on that.
I agree, and I think that brings that leverage down. So I
Correct.
have the Angels as the third most leveraged team, and that's without me having any sort of ownership adjustments elsewhere.
How
There's
about
a
the
lot more pop in this Angels lineup than it seems.
There is. Yeah, no doubt. I'm just looking at a few like Oakland against Paddock, but it's not great. It's not a great park. When Paddock gets hit, Paddock gets hit. That's the thing about him, right?
Yeah, I'm very light on him right now, but that's mostly just avoiding Paddock. I don't have a single Oakland share.
Yeah, I don't hate him. Slightly positively leverage. Paddock's going to come in around 20% ownership. It's not crazy. He does give up power. 1.7 home runs per 9 to lefties for Chris Paddock this season.
Good
A
spot
lot.
for JJ Bleday and Soderstrom.
Yeah. Against righties, Paddock allows 1.5 home runs per 9. So he's no stranger to giving up power. Oakland has oddly enough been good at home. He has a 14% home run to fly ball rate. There's something to be said about Oakland just as like a dart throw type team today because they're going to get no ownership whatsoever. But
yeah, the only downside really is just the park is so
yeah,
bad for
yep,
power.
it is. Anybody else? Any other spots, pitchers, hitters you want to talk about?
I think we've touched on everybody that I'm giving any love. We talked about Rockies and Nats. We mentioned the Astros before. You guys now know that I'm on the Angels. I mean, I have a lot of the Braves against Rodon as well. I have both sides of that. I guess I haven't really talked about that. So I'm neutral to the field on Rodon, right around 32%. But I also have, like 10% of a 3% owned Braves stack,
All right.
which feels okay. I mean, over just this season, Rodon against righties, 1,200 pitches, 209 x ISO to righties, down to a 22.5% K rate. If that's any way real, I think the righty power plays up pretty nicely here for Atlanta. So I like the idea of getting to both sides. Because clearly, I mean, Albies, Ozuna, Olson, Riley, Duvall, Sean Murphy. That's a ton of power in the center of this Atlanta lineup. I have their projected ISO at 190 here. I think the only real downside is just having Jared Kelenic leading off.
Right. DraftKings pick 6, baby. Our new optimizer looks, Jordan, pull our new optimizer up. It's sick. Right now, the 4 in the optimizer, Josh, if you just generate it without doing anything, 3 overs and an under. Look at that. 3 overs and an under. Yeah. Patrick Wisdom. It's all from this early spot. Hold on. I see why. Hold on. Let's go. I forgot they had like actual slates. Here we go. Okay. Let's get something cooking here.
Let's get it cooking.
Chris Taylor, under half a hit. Joe Adele, under a hit. Colin Rea, under 16.5 outs. These are just the top ones we have right now.
I'll take a look and see what I have.
Chris Paddock, under 16.5 pitching outs. Ah. Home run plays, by the way, for me. I like Jock. I like O'Neill. I wonder if there's any value there against Paddock in that spot. I'm not sure there's going to be. Joey Estes also allows, a good amount of power to left-handed bats. It's just not a great spot. Brady Singer, a lot of pop to lefties as well. Makes Corey Seager a very interesting option here.
I have the number one pick six play wrapped up in my pitching boy today. Trevor Rogers, under 2.5 earned runs.
Okay. All right. Okay. We're going to do this. We're each going to give out our own home run parlay before we get out of here.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Three legs.
For DraftKings pick six?
What?
For DraftKings?
No. Just separate from that. I just figure we throw pick six up there. Sponsor of the show. You guys are already over there, but we've got all the tools for it over at OddsShopper. Not just that though. They've made it in a way that makes it a lot more interesting. And now you're playing against the field. Corey Seager, Josh.
Okay.
I'm going to go with like some shorter odds here, and then the other ones, Tyler O'Neill, Jock Peterson. I'm adding Corey Seager to the mix against Brady Singer. Corey Seager on the season, 293 ex ISO. Brady Singer, on the other hand, while he hasn't been bad, the guy's number against lefties, 255 ex ISO, 2.1 home runs per 9. So give me Seager, O'Neill, and Jock. I'm going to load them into a parlay right now while you close out the show.
All right, I'm going to go Nolan Schnuel. We're going extra long shot here. Christian Yelich.
Okay.
So Yelich is plus 750 at FanDuel. Schnuel is plus 800. I need one more. And then I'm going to go to Bug Boy. We're going Trey Cabbage plus 750. So I got my three.
All right, going to the vegetable, huh?
Yeah, this is going to be a big number. All right, let's find the Angels.
By the way, I just put my $25 bonus bet from Dinger Tuesday on Jock, O'Neill, and Seager. 25 to win 1707. So plus 6830. So lock that in right now. Boom. $25 bonus bet used. One of these days we're going to hit it.
I'm almost done. I'm loading this into FanDuel because I have it open right now and I didn't have DraftKings open. Where the hell is Houston? Where the hell is Houston? Oh, there it is. God, I'm dumb. Houston, Cabbage. All right, my three with Schnuel, Yelich, and Cabbage. Decent payout here. 3-leg parlay, plus 65,000.
Plus 65. Wait, not 6,500. So
yeah, it's $5 to win 3,200.
Okay. Are you going to bet it?
I am going to bet it.
Okay.
Schnuel, Yelich, Cabbage. My recommendation would obviously to sprinkle a little bit on all of those individually since they're decent long shots. But those three guys homer today, you're turning $5 into $3,000.
Absolutely. Yeah,
I just happen to have $5 of bonus bets on FanDuel right now.
There you go. I have a third of a unit on each of mine individually as well. So
there you go.
Hey, appreciate you guys hanging out. Don't forget too, if you're not rocking the Stochastic avatar, go to stochastic.com/HOF. I mean, simplest way to put it, Josh, is why not get free stuff when you can get free stuff? You know what I mean?
For real. No brainer.
You win once rocking the avatar. Just finish top 3 in a field of 5,000 or more. Doesn't matter if it's the quarter arcade or the nickel or whatever they call them. Finish top 3 in a field of 5,000 or more. rocking the avatar. Tweet us your wins. Tweet us. It's Stochastic HOF. Include Josh and myself as well. We love seeing that, and say something nice, but you don't have to. Download one of these avatars. It's stochastic.com/HOF. You see them on the screen. They're pretty sweet. I've been rocking the one on the far right. And first win, get a full month of all of our sims, $200 value of MLB and all the tools. Second one, you get another month plus a free week of any other sims package. Third one, you get all access sims, $550 value. And for any 20K plus win, a custom Hall of Fame ring, engraved display case, pretty sweet stuff. And anybody that wins a milli, I've got some things crazy in the works. But point being, check it out. Rock the avatar. We'd love to see you at the top of the leaderboards. Be able to give you some free stuff on top of your wins, and you know, get paid for playing. Get paid even when you win. Anyway, anything else before we go?
I don't think so. Pay attention to weather for the rest of the day. Live before lock later tonight. Break it all down for any sort of updates. Go Angels.
Yeah. Go Angels. Man, remember when you did the Glizzy thing on here?
Nope.
Sure don't. Jordan, do you remember that?
I didn't do that.
You do have some Hawk 2 experience.
Yeah, she learned it from me, brother.
Hey, appreciate you guys hanging out as always. Tell your friends about Stochastic. Tell them to subscribe. Come check us out. We got everything. Follow Josh at Josh Engleman. I'm at Lafayette_D on Twitter. We'll see you guys back here for the next one live before lock tonight as well. Peace.
Yeah.